is The Entrepreneur with me, Faith Katai. On this episode, we are heading to Kawata Shopping Complex where we will be talking to Ruth Katanga, an entrepreneur who has ventured into cosmetics and salon business among her other businesses. Come with me. Hello, is that Ruth Katanga, the entrepreneur?
Yes, please. This is Ruth Katanga.
Okay.
Who am I talking to?
This is Faith from Zanis. You
hi,
said
Faith.
you are located by Kawata. Where exactly in Kawata?
Kawata Shopping Complex. No, not the mall, but the complex. The new building
Okay.
just next to Kawata Clinic.
Okay, we'll be there soon. See you.
All right, thank you. See you. Thank you.
Well, we are finally here at Kawata Shopping Complex, and seated right next to me is Ruth Katanga, the entrepreneur. Welcome, Ruth, to the program.
Thank you so much, Faith, for having me.
Tell us about yourself.
Okay, so Ruth Katanga is a young lady born and bred in Lusaka. I did part of my primary school in Lusaka and then secondary in Luapula, Mansa to be specific. And then I came back to Lusaka for my tertiary education. And then afterwards, I got a full-time job and I was posted in Livingstone. So I have been a banker for 9 years up until October last year. I started to quit work and just focus on my business. So basically, that is who Ruth is.
Have you always wanted to be an entrepreneur? Is it in you?
It has been. I'll say it's something that has really been embedded in me. I think I've done business for quite a long time. Even while I still had a full-time job, mainly I would find myself selling stuff. I'll do anything. I'm a kind of person that will do anything for as long as it's legal. I'll put my hands on it. So I've done things like I've sold from dry fish to charcoal to literally everything up until I got into the cosmetic business, and later on this year, the salon business.
I want to hear from you. What businesses are you doing apart from this cosmetic business? You talked of the salon. What other businesses are you doing?
So right now, it's primarily cosmetics, and on the cosmetics, it's actually my own brand. So I do not sell things for other people or other brands. I sell my own brand, and I'll tell you how I started that journey. Um, I've always been a fan of lipstick. I love lipstick. And being in the corporate world and that time a front person before I got into back office, I find myself many times being complimented by customers saying, I love your lipstick, I love your lipstick. And I was chatting with a colleague then and I'm telling her, like, it's not banging be actually. Because people keep asking me about lipstick. So they'll be like, we love your lipstick. Where did you get it from? And I remember one particular time where Livingston being a tourist capital, so we would receive clients even from as far as the US. And this particular customer walks in and just goes like, oh my God, I want that lipstick. And I'm like, I can show you where they sell it. So I reach out to the girl that I used to get lipstick from, and she tells me that particular color is sold out. So I tell her, unfortunately, they've run out of this shade. And she goes like, no, you just have to sell it to me. I was like, I can't, especially that she's sold out as well. And she removes the $50. I'm like, okay, bring it. $50 for a lipstick that I got for less than 100 kwacha. Bring it on. And that's how I got it. And from there, I'm like, I really have to think about this. I can make money actually. And so, fast forward, COVID hit. And when COVID hit, I had all the time on my hands. Because remember, we're not going out, we're not doing anything. So, I had every other time on me. And I started researching primarily on lipstick and not really the cosmetic uh, business per se or anything that comes with it. So it was just I focused mainly on lipstick, and I started researching on lipstick, studying on lipstick, and I started trying out just from the few things that I had in my own kitchen. Can I make lipstick? How about if it reacts? Because I have a sensitive skin, so it was actually I was the best person to do that, and I did that. And from there, I started to contact suppliers in China, in the US, trying to get vendors, but the US market is very difficult to penetrate. Up until I managed to get myself suppliers after being rejected, I think for 6, 7 suppliers rejected. Like, no, we're looking at somebody who can order as much as maybe 10,000 pieces, as much as 20,000 pieces. But come on, there's no way I'm going to get into a business and order 20,000 pieces when I do not have a market yet. So I had to narrow it down to look for a supplier who would supply me just a few so that it's easy to test and then see where I can go from there.
So how long have you been in this business?
From 2020. I started my business during COVID. I remember we were at a point where makeup was not a thing anymore. And also because we were masking up, we're not going out. Yes, but that's me. I always try to find a solution. I always try to find what can work when there's a challenge. Like right now, I'm asking myself, what is the best way to beat load shedding?
When you were starting this business, did you have a huge capital?
Not at all. And that's one thing that people don't realize, especially with cosmetics business. You don't really need much. I had saved up because I had a stable income. So I had saved up something. And to me, at that point, it was just for fun, like an extra income. But look at me, 4 years down the line, it's now my main business. So you don't really need much, though. When it comes to duty, yes, there's a pinch there. You feel it because you're importing. We're not yet, as a country, we're not yet there, and I pray that hopefully one day we'll get to a place where we can actually produce things like this locally.
This business you're doing, has it transformed your life in terms of improving your livelihood?
It has changed my life. Rentals, kids, that's my husband's part, but I can out of it. Yes. So I have 3 employees. So that will tell you something. How I'm able to give them every month something, and they have to feed their families. So that in itself, looking at someone being able day in day out to come for work, knowing that they've got a pay at the end of the month, and I am responsible to pay that, it's transforming on my part because I go back home with a smile and say, "Oh, I did something for someone, and not just me and my family." Yes.
What motivated you to becoming an entrepreneur in this field, especially cosmetics and salon business?
The motivation really has been, I'm one person that has always been interested in anything to do with beauty, from your nails to your hair to the girl, yes. So having a background, my father was a businessman. So I carry with me that, and I learned a lot. I'll tell you something. It was something big growing up and specifically in our home where, people will get excited about being on holiday when schools close. Somehow, somewhat, I never really used to get excited because I knew that it's time to get to the shop. So where you see your friends playing, but you have to be at the shop. Yes. So when schools close on or a weekend, you have to be at the shop and like really playing. You know how we used to play, not these kids that would just like watch TV now. We would play, but you would at times miss out on that because you'd be at the shop. But being here now, I realize actually he was trying to impart something in me. He was making me realize that I can do something. Yes, education is very important. I went to school, so I appreciate what education can do. It can expose you. It's easy even to just for communication's sake. It's easy to be able to communicate. Like in my case, I talk to Chinese suppliers, but it's very easy in that case, and I've now taken it upon myself to learn Chinese language so that it's very easy. But without an education, I can't really. So coming back to your question, has it really been something that I've always wanted to do? I think it's in my blood. It's really in me because of the background. Yes, it's really in me. So business, I told myself, I actually gave myself 10 years of being in the corporate world, and I hit 9. Then I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Let's now go on a short break.
This is Ruth Katanga, founder and CEO of the African Hair Hub and UK Beauty. Keep watching the Entrepreneur on Zanis TV, the People's Channel.
Welcome back. In case you are just tuned in, you are watching The Entrepreneur, and on this episode we have Ruth Katanga, the entrepreneur who is into cosmetics and salon business. Ruth, back to our interview. So, how did you manage to identify the market opportunity for starting a salon, especially in a place like this, Kawata Shopping Complex?
Like earlier mentioned, having the interest of primarily lipstick. So after launching the lipstick, and I remember I think there were just like 2, 3 brands, local brands at the time, and I'd used some of their products, and I was like, okay, this is nice. We're getting somewhere. Yes. Um, I told myself at first it was just for fun, like I mentioned, but I was like, I can actually make a name and money out of this. I can sustain my life and like waiting for someone to maybe a handout or something. It hasn't been an easy journey, and I'm glad there are people that have gone ahead and maybe set the tone already. So it was easy to figure out, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? Zambians for sure love new things. We love new things. So when I started out and people tried the lipstick, we're like, oh, we love the lipstick. The next thing that was coming is phone calls were coming. Do you have powder? Do you have that? And I didn't have all that because to me it was just lipstick. So that in itself uh, made me to push myself and I started researching now more on every other product from compressed powder to your face foundation to concealer and every other girly stuff. And I'm happy to say now I have all that to my name. I have an eyeshadow palette to my name. I have concealer, I have powder. Yes, I have brow pomade. I have brow soap. And brow soap is like the best seller. I keep getting reviews how it's one of the best on the markets.
So now, who are your main customers?
I have customers as far as Namibia, Botswana, and South Africa. So I'm not only doing it locally, but then again, right now, we're at a time where things are not okay globally. It's not just on the Zambian market, but it's a global thing. You agree with me, the exchange rate and whatnot. So a product that can cost maybe say if all things being equal, a product is supposed to cost maybe 100 kwacha. For somebody who's in Namibia, who's in Botswana, they'll get it twice as much as the price because there's exchange rate, there's courier involved. Yeah. But then again, it tells you something. It tells you how there's something about this particular product because there's no way I'm going to import something that is not working. And out of, for example, especially my customers in Botswana, they've actually introduced, even the ones in South Africa, the Botswanan customers are the ones that have introduced me to the South African market. And you know how it is in SA. It's a big market. It's big on brands. But there are people that still just will call and say, I want powder. Can you send my powder tomorrow? That is it. So to me, that gives me the drive to push on. There are times when I just feel like, like, do I really need to do this? But that particular person who just said, I'll only use your products, is that person that makes me wake up every day and tell myself I have to do it because it's a person that is ready to spend their hard-earned money on a local product. I'm aware Kabwata is very competitive. How are you managing, especially to attract and retain your customers? Competition is high. Kabwata is known for hair. Justice Complex, we have at about 10 salons. Yes, there are about 10 salons just at the complex. That's without the market because the market is just next. So the market is flooded with the hair business. So now we're talking of us. What has made me have my own customers, I think, is number one, customer service. And I thank God for the background that I have from the corporate world because I'm coming from customer service background. So that has really, I've actually just gotten whatever it is that I was taught in the bank and I've brought it in my business. And that has helped me a lot. So customer service, and I tell my girls, you always have to put yourself in the customer's shoes. Imagine you driving or walking from wherever and getting to this place and not feel welcome. And this is your money. Personally, I go to a store, I'm trying to look around even just for maybe a top or what, and everyone is busy on their phones. I leave. That's me because there's that thing in me that is coming from the corporate world is like, remember, the customer is the boss. So you have to treat them the best way you can because competition is real. Everyone is literally offering the same products because your Kelly hair, they're offering Kelly hair. The next shop is offering Kelly hair. So what is going to make you come back to the African Hair Hub? It's a service. It's you feeling like you belong. So I always tell the girls to say, make the client feel like they belong. Check up on them. It's over a month. I mean, you should change your hair. How about a call and say, we miss you?
Talking of challenges, what are some of the challenges have you encountered in your business and how are you overcoming them?
Number one challenge is, like we were just saying, the competition. Because people get attached, and especially when it comes to hair. How do I convince you to stop going to the salon that you go to? That was really hard. But thanks to social media has really helped in all this. And like earlier mentioned, actually it took social media for me to get to where I am. I had a 9 to 5 job, which was so difficult. There's no way I'm going to be available to sell. But social media, I'm going to just like plan on the weekend. I'll plan my week, post everything in advance, time them. So come Monday, a post will pop up. I don't even really have to do it because I've already planned it. Yes. So social media has helped me a lot. So you keep engaging. I think that has really been the number one challenge. And then secondly, maybe it's so difficult to find genuine products. We're not sure they are. The genuine products are quite pricey. They're very expensive. So even your shampoo is not really good. It's not really genuine. You go to the same store, but it's not genuine. So how do I go back? The bottle is half. Even if I go back, he'll also tell you, I also just ordered. So the chain again is long. So I pray that we get to a place where one day Zabs and everyone else is just going to come on board and just produce genuine products and ensuring that products that are coming in as genuine as they can be and products that are being produced locally. Again, we need to push on that. We need genuine local suppliers. That has really been the challenge because today you come, the same product, it will be good. The next time you come and do your hair, the me being the person washing your hair, I'm able to tell this is not good, and it's not good. In turn, it's not good for your hair. So you have breakages, you have all that, of which many times people overlook. Like it's just a salon. I'm going to wash my hair, and so I wash my hair. But there's Ruth who's really interested in your hair growth, in your hair journey. Who wants to see? I tell people, yes, naturally I have long hair, but there's more to this. I feed my hair. I'll tell you, I feed it with avocado. I feed it with egg yolk. That's how serious I am when it comes to hair. But then again, there's this fake product on the market. Too early to let the cat out of the bag. I don't really want to do on it, but it's something that I'm actually working on. Like I'm trying to come up with products locally made, like from my kitchen, because you can find everything basically in your kitchen. But I think if there's a hope that has to come in, it's the local council, it's ZABS. They really have to help us on that part. Yes. So you have to bend and spend more, unfortunately, because I have to get like a genuine product. I wouldn't be happy as well.
Or what advice would you give to someone who's watching this program aspiring to become an entrepreneur like you, especially in the field of cosmetics and salon business?
Statistics show that we are over 100,000 TikTokers in Zambia, and this is where we spend most of the time. And we spend 1 hour, 30 minutes every day on TikTok. That's without Facebook, Instagram, any other social media platform. I started my journey through social media. I started my journey during challenging times of COVID. What can stop you? How about you narrow your search? Because now everyone, the search engines have changed from Google. They've shifted to whatever they want, they'll just go on TikTok and search. So how about you narrow your search to exactly what you want to be? Because there's that many of us on TikTok. 100,000. I'm not even talking about the 2 million, right? We're 2 million TikTokers worldwide, but the Zambian market is at 100,000. So how about you coming up with something that you've always known? I actually want to do this. So your research is starting from there. How about you not just scrolling from one video to the other and laughing what is happening in the country and whatnot? How about spending that 1.5 hours researching on primarily what you would do for the country and like always waiting for what the government is going to do? I did that. I told myself I can do this, I can make out of a compliment. To me, it was a compliment. To you, it might be a problem. So right now we're talking about shady. How about you narrow it to what has caused El Nino? Narrow it down to how you can come in and help with load shedding. Everyone right now is going to be talking charcoal. So what is wrong in you getting yourself a bag of charcoal and just putting it outside your yard? The problem I think in this day and age is there's so much of the fake life where I can't sell charcoal, I can't. Like, honey, ideas will not feed you, opinions will not feed you. you have to implement. You have to just dust off. Tell yourself, I have to do it and I have to do it for me, not for anyone else. It's always about you at the end of the day. So for that entrepreneur that is really thinking of what to do, I know there is that idea. You know what you want to do. It's always there. So the fact that you know, now take the time, research about what you want to do, and implement.
Thank you, Ruth, for making an appearance on The Entrepreneur. Greatly appreciate.
Thank you so much for having me, Faith. I pray that I have been a good host. Thank you for coming to the African Hair Hub, and I pray that you are a new client of the African Hair Hub.
Sure. Well, that is all we prepared for you on today's program. This has been Faith Katai on behalf of the entire Zanis production team. It's bye-bye for now.